Hey everyone, welcome to Quick Facts Live, where the truth is stranger than fiction. Tonight, we're diving into a chilling mystery that baffled scientists, stunned locals, and puzzled minds for over a country. Imagine this, a remote village in India, surrounded by misty hills, every year like clockwork birds, yes, but fly into the village at night and crash into their deaths. Not once, not randomly, but every year during the same months in the same location. Sounds like a horror movie, right? But this isn't fiction. This is the real life phenomenon of Jatinga, often called the Valley of Bird Suicides. Over the next few hours, we are going to peel back the layers of haunting story, from ancient legends and scientific theories to the mind blowing patterns that make this case so mysterious. If you're into unsolved mysteries, science that can't explain everything, and eerie events that challenge our understanding of nature, you're in the right place. So grab a snack, get comfy, and buckle in because we're going deep tonight. So, the mystery is one of the wonderful fact, I think, guys. The bird mystery of Jatinga. So, this isn't just some creepy legend or viral internet myth. It's real, it's happening right now, and it's been happening for over a century. Imagine a small peaceful village hidden in the hills of Assam, India, and every year, like clockwork, birds from all over just dive out of the sky at night during the same months in the same stretch of land, and no one knows why. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Birds just falling from the sky? Must be some diseases, right? Or maybe pollution? But that's the thing, it's not that simple. These are healthy birds, and this isn't some random event. It's timed, it's localized, and it's beyond strange. Over the next 3 hours, we are going to unravel the story of Jatinga, known as Valley of Bird Suicides. We'll explore the legends, the science, and the wildest theories out there. This is one of the topics that gives you chills, not because it's scary, but because it's so baffling. So let's start from the beginning. Jatinga is a beautiful little place nested in the hills of Assam. It's surrounded by forest, wrapped in mist, and when you see it, it looks like something strange out of a movie. But every year between September and November, during the monsoon retreat, something eerie happens. Birds, dozens of them, sometimes even hundreds, start flying at night, even though most of them are not nocturnal, and they just dive straight down into trees, houses, and the ground. They crash and die. The area where this happens, it's just a small, narrow strip about a mile long. It's not like the whole region is affected. It's just Jatinga. Now think about that. What only why Jatinga? Why only at night? Why only in those months? And why those specific birds? These questions have puzzled scientists, ornithologists, and even the locals for years. And trust me, there are plenty of theories, but none of them really explain everything. Historically, this phenomenon was first documented by British officials in early 19th, but the indigenous tribes had already known about it. To them, it was something supernatural. Maybe the spirits were cleansing the sky, or maybe it was a curse. Some believed it was a bad omen. For years, the villagers were terrified. They thought the birds were possessed, and when they saw them fall, they could actually hunt and kill them, believing it could protect the village. Imagine growing up in a place where birds randomly dive to their deaths every year. Of course, you start to believe something was up. And here's the wild part, over 44 different species have been recorded doing this. These aren't just one or two types of birds getting confused. These are kingfishers, egrets, herons, nightjars, even migratory species. And also, one of the diurnal, meaning they sleep at night. So, what is making them fly in the dark? Quite interesting, right? One of the leading scientific theories is the light disorientation theory. Basically, on foggy nights when visibility is low, artificial lights can confuse birds. They mistake the lights for the moon or stars and end up flying towards them. But here where it is gets weird. There's a thousands of villages across India with lights and fog. Why aren't birds doing this everywhere else? Why only Jatinga? Another theory points to magnetic fields. Some scientists believe that birds use Earth's magnetic field to navigate. If Jatinga has a magnetic anomaly, like some sort of disturbance, it could disorient the birds, but measurements haven't confirmed any strong anomalies. So again, we are left with one more questions than answers. Now let's talk about the geography. Jatinga sits on a ridge surrounded by steep valleys. During the monsoon season, the area is drenched in fog. Some experts say this creates a kind of trap, a visual or atmospheric trap that confuses birds. Combined with wind currents, fog, and light, birds might get trapped and panic, leading them to crash. But even that doesn't fully explain the behavior. Why don't they try to fly? Why they head down toward instead of upward? And there's flock psychology. Some say that once bird panics and dives, others follow. Birds are social animals. They mimic each other. But this isn't your regular flock panic. This is happening every year after year. It's like they're following an invisible pattern drawn to something we can't see or understand. And speaking of patterns, this phenomenon only occurs for a few days in those months, guys. It doesn't happen every night, only on specific foggy moonless nights. Some researchers say it's triggered by a combination of moon phase, humidity, and wind direction and light. That's a lot of variables to line up, and still it only happens in Jatinga. That's the mystery, guys. Globally, there have been other strange bird deaths. In 2011, thousands of blackbirds dropped from the sky in Arkansas. Similar events happened in Italy, Mexico, and even in Australia. People blamed everything about fireworks to 5G secret, government explains, and experiments, but none of those events are regular and consistent as Jatinga. So, what's really going on? Are these birds just victims of an unfortunate environmental cocktail? Or is there any something deeper, something we haven't discovered yet? Interestingly, in recent years, conservation efforts have been kicked in. Earlier, villages could use sticks and nets to catch disoriented birds. It was seen as food source and even a ritual. But now, thanks to awareness programs, the killing have gone down. People are beginning to see it as a unique phenomenon worth studying but not fearing. So now let's talk wild theories, guys. Some say it's a supernatural force, a curse or a portal. Others believe it's an alien experiment or an interdimensional signal. There are even people who think it's a glitch in the matrix. Sounds crazy, right? But when the science can't explain fully, these ideas start to feel less like fantasy and more like possibilities. And that's the thing about Jatinga. It sits as a crossroads between the science and myth, nature and superstition, logic and mystery. And the more you dig, the deeper it gets. So, where does that leave us? Honestly, with more questions than answers. Maybe one day someone will figure it out. Maybe some new tech will reveal an invisible force we haven't discovered yet. Or maybe some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. Thank you so much for spending time with me, guys. This was one of the most chilling and fascinating topics I've ever covered. Don't forget to hit the stream like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments if you have any doubt. What's your theory? What is magnetic field, spirits, a glitch in the sky? I'd love to hear what you think. This is Quick Facts Live, where the facts are strange and stories are real and the mystery never ends. Stay curious, stay weird, and I'll see you in the next place.